Okay.
If we don't make money, how am I going to pay the employees who are serving?
Okay, let's go backwards. So, in order to, when your founding board members got together and they said, let's say, here's a whole pot of money. What are we going to do with it? Serve it. We're going to serve it. Why? Promote thrift. What else? That was their main premise. The main objective, the reason why the credit union exists way back when and today is to what? To have a safe place to come to place their money, but also to have an opportunity to borrow when I need it. Okay? To say, hey, I don't have enough, but I know you have a couple extra dollars. Can I borrow that? Well, let's put it in one centralized location. So it's a cooperative. We're going to say, hey, I'm going to share something. We're going to make some money on the side. It was not their main premise to make money. It was a safe, secure place to put money. In addition to, for you to earn money back. Because who gets the money? The shareholders, the members. Nowadays, what's changed out of that core philosophy, that core existence of why you're here? What's been added to it? Education. You want to educate in order to what? Produce more products per household. So fundamentally, and go with me guys, fundamentally, Coors Credit Union is built on the very premise in their core existence is to have an opportunity to save and have money to earn, to be protected, to share, as well as to educate. Let's go with that for right now, as their core existence. What's your core existence from a very fundamental standpoint? Question we have to ask is everything built to that? How many layers do we have on that? So that's where we talk about that core existence, why you're physically here in existence to do business. That piece. This core existence drives this piece. What is this piece? That's my big pyramid that took 11 years to develop. What it is it's the foundation of our organizations. Our core existence, when it's intact, because we've been in organizations that just built layers. Yeah, that works. Yeah, let's slap that on there. What I see today is employees have lost the understanding of why that company they work for is actually here. They say, I'm doing the job. I'm just taking orders. I'm just showing up because that's what I was hired to do. But when we go back to that core existence, which is why we do it, we generate our organizational business goals to meet this. We generate jobs to meet the business goals in order to meet the core existence. And we get performance expectations that contribute back to the core existence. I haven't even hired anybody yet. Did I say employee competency? Employee competencies. The right skill sets in order to do the job that you've set the expectations for, that you've set the business goals, that you've set the organizational goals to drive to this. Now someone actually has to work. It's the performance of one individual to contribute all the way back down to this, that core existence. And when we drive down to that, we look at it and say, okay, how well are they working? How well are they performing? So performance has to be measured and it has to be reviewed by you as the manager. It goes further than that because now it has to be communicated and documented to the employee who you were reviewing and observing. Most cases, they never get that. Then employee never gets that review or has the one-on-one conversation to talk about the performance, to talk about the expectations, to talk about the individual business goals, as well as the organizational goals. Doesn't happen. So what happens? Employee says, I'm going to quit. Or, hey, you know what, we got to fire you, Ted, because you're just not working out. I was going to work. I was getting to my clients. I was doing the work. Well, you weren't showing up on time. You put in the wrong parts, and we had to go back 6 weeks later. Well, it worked then. When it's documented and communicated and reviewed, we actually can enhance the performance of the employee doing the job because they know. Think about in school, right? I've got 2 little ones in school, and they get report cards. They have one-on-ones. They have discussions, because my daughters tell me the discussions that they have with their teacher. Hey, here's how you write your name. Here's how you fill this paper out. Show me that again. Or, hey, read this paragraph again and do it at a much better pace. It's reviewing those items. Now they're going home and practicing. They're allowed to practice. They're brought back and reviewed to say, hey, how well did you practice? Show me how that works. In our organizations, do we do that all the time? You went to training. Go do your job. Well, how does it work? I don't know. I didn't go to that training. What does it mean to me and my job? Well, I don't know. You went. Just go work. Right? So when we enhance the performance and we do all these things underneath, our employees become engaged. They're more connected to the business goals and what we do as a business, right down to the core existence of why we're actually here. That way, that means we have organizational growth. We can do so much more with our organization. So much more. It doesn't mean we hire more people. It doesn't mean we build more buildings. It doesn't mean we go out and buy other companies. Organizational growth is what you make of it according to your goals. Can you move to that to support it? But guess what? This all falls apart if we don't have consistent communication, consistent processes, commitment and accountability to supporting this. It goes away in a heartbeat. So you take any one of those pieces out of this pyramid, it falls apart. Take one piece out of it where you don't measure and review performance. Can we have enhanced performance? Can we move our organization in the right direction? You take out competencies of an individual because, you know what, they're Ted's friend. They can show up, they're all right, cool. They don't have the competencies to do the job. Can we meet our business goals with that individual? So let's get into this real quick. It looks like double helix, don't it? This is what I call our DNA of our organizations, is that you have a total understanding of our employees, consistent pattern of assessment and feedback, trust and belief in the commitment to the new culture, and the consistent discipline of practicing the employment activities and performance expectations that go along with it, and that top management models the desired behavior. That's what holds us together. But there's also, I'm going to cruise through this because I think does everybody get this though? That management has to understand where the employees are coming from in order to move them. That would it be regular, formal or informal performance discussions that they happen. That we talk about the individual contributions that an employee brings. Why teach us 5 minutes? 5 minutes with an employee in a performance format. Saying, hey, you know what, how is that working going with Sally on her training? It's going pretty good. Why is it going well? What's happening with it? How are we tracking her performance? Great, great. Let's go grab some coffee. We got a lot of information from that conversation, one on your part, but also some information in regards to the employee that we're talking about. Every conversation goes back to performance and to the goals of our organizations. Within 5 minutes or less, in the hallway or at a cube. We talk about performance. We don't have to say, hey, here's your numbers. You're not meeting them. Tell me. This is what I learned in my call center days. Tell me a little bit about what happened yesterday. Open-ended. They have a good discussion and say, you know what, this customer's phone just broke. And we were trying to find the right service center close to them. We were doing all these other things. Whole big story. Well, okay, now I understand why you only took 80 calls a day when you've been averaging 120. Where's the numbers manager? What does the numbers manager do, guys? Read. And how does the employee feel? I was helping, right? Because they know what this is. I was helping. I was making sure that call didn't come back. but I just got hammered. Now how engaged is that employee? How can they go service and sell more effectively for the next customer? Work within these confines. Work within these standards that you've set up. There are no workarounds. There can't be. And that we commit to the appropriate methods of communication. Whether we send out a memo, whether we send out, have stand-up meetings, make sure that it's consistent, but it's meaningful. Because I worked with a client, they said, oh, we send out emails and they were communicating like crazy. Talked to the employees and said, I don't know what the heck it means. Because I get 500 emails a day, or I get 3 memos a day, or a week, but I don't get it. I don't understand the connection. One, they don't have the business goals in mind. They don't know what that means. They just say, I just know what my job is. I don't know what this means.